and welcome to our podcast, Free Brown Ladies.
Yes, so our podcast, as you know, is myself, Amy, sister Kiran, and mom, Pam. And we are a family, and we want to talk about family bonding and what that means to us.
Absolutely. And the family bonding, I personally, to me, is very, very important. Without a family can be your strength, and family can be your weakness as well. So sometimes you feel like you do need a family, and sometimes you feel like, oh, family, I can't
Nightmare. Hard to deal with.
Hard to deal
it's
with
so true.
it. Yeah, but
we've actually got a YouTube channel, and on our YouTube channel we have one saying something like about how to deal with annoying family habits. So definitely watch that, but also that has some really good funny tips to handle families and their annoying habits, because everyone has them.
What does family mean to you, Kiran?
So family means to me, I think, is togetherness, is love, is support and that sort of thing. What about you?
Yeah, family definitely means that to me. Do you feel like over time family has evolved to you, like your definition of family from when you were younger to now? Like, do you see family as different to what you used to think, or like, what do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do get what you mean. I don't know really. I don't really remember what I was thinking back in the day, but all I know now is just what I think now, like, of what family is. And just, you should try and stick together as a family. 'Cause you can have, you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. So, it's important to try and get that bond with each other, because some people aren't lucky and they don't have family, and some people
who don't appreciate it.
Yeah. People
I'm the one of them. I don't. It's my dad behind here, so he sneezed.
If you hear some random sneezes, that's who
Because
it
we've
is.
got an audience today. We've got our granddad here. And that's all about family. Why I was asking Kiran the question, I suppose, is because to me, families evolved from when I was younger to, obviously you're just like living your life in your little own bubble, and you got your friends and you go to school and all that sort of stuff. Your mom's there guiding you. But then I don't think you learn the importance of family until you're a bit older. And a lot of people say that to us as well, like when you're teenagers and you're doing your own thing.
Yeah, you want to hang out with your friends.
You want to hang out with your friends.
You don't really want to hang out with your mom and your dad. You're a bit like, ooh, like you want to be like cool.
Yeah, or even your own siblings. Sometimes people don't hang out with their siblings as teenagers.
I think teenage, when you just you
finding yourself,
you growing. That is the pace when you're becoming somebody. Because before that, you were from child to next phase.
Yeah, you start getting your own mind, don't you?
Yeah, you don't have.
Because when you're young, you don't have a mind. You're just
yeah.
happily like woohoo, like you don't really care. Whereas like when you get older, you start caring what people think about you, and that's that.
So that's yeah. So family.
Family to us is really important, and I definitely love my sister, and I always want her to be in my life. And that is not easy to just have. You have to work on it. So, like, there are days where we love each other. There are days where we completely disagree.
And hate each other.
Everyone argues. But I think you just develop as a person. Like, when I was younger, I used to be so stubborn. Like, I wonder who I get that from. Mom?
Not from me.
Yeah, so I used to be really stubborn, and I used to say to Kiran, like, this is when I was younger, so please bear with, but I used to be like, Kiran, I hate you, and I'm never going to speak to you again. Do you remember that, Kiran?
Yeah.
And I used to genuinely mean it in my head. I was like, I'm never going to speak in that moment, because you just get so angry. And then Kiran, bless her, was always a cutie. She always was very forgiving, and she didn't like that. She never from young liked that sort of stuff. So she used to always be like, how can you say that? Like, that's not true. Like, you're going to speak to me and stuff. And then as I got older, I actually learnt from her, like, you shouldn't be that stubborn, or realistically the next day or even the next hour, you're going to calm down and then, like, you know, you'll be fine. And that is family, isn't it? It's ups and downs.
Everyone in this family has their own mind. You can't, you know, you're always going to disagree. It's like with anything.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to disagree. You're going to have arguments. But don't let that affect your relationship, because, you know, I've had arguments with my friends and, you know, you just kind of let it go. I've had arguments with my sister, my mom, my brother, you know, you can't hold on to these things, and it's not nice, is it? Like, you don't want to be arguing, and it's not nice.
And I think that's where it becomes toxic in a family, when you hold on.
Actually, is argument or disagreement is kind of natural, you know, like how you're responding. You know, some middle class family, they never argue, they never discuss, but they just don't have value of the family.
They don't have a relationship.
They don't have the relationship, and you know, they are very cold. You can see these cold personalities. But where we are very loud. You know, and I would
say we're very welcoming. Like the other day, like my mom, we had a barbecue, and you know, my mom always invites loads of people, and like it was just like kind of like me, like my sister and my mom and brother, but then like she invites, like, you know, my brother's friend, and he's basically always around all the time, isn't he? And it's just nice to have people, and they can see that we're like family, and it's just nice to be open and have people and that relationship. It's
inviting your children's friend. Basically, I as a mother, is to me, he's my, like, you know, second son. So, you know, the family important. What is family? Family is like, doesn't mean you are born into this from the same parent, and that's how you become a family. Real family is you value other people's opinion, you respect other people, and
love.
You create love between you as individuals. And then, you know, just be like sporting for each other as well. Sporting.
It's come back to that. Remember when we were talking about that jealousy thing in our other podcast? You should listen to that as well. It's again with the jealousy. Some people get jealous of their siblings, can't they? Or like, even, you know, they getting this amount of money, this amount of stuff. They have this nice car. Remember the Joneses thing that we were saying? You know, it's just not a good trait to have that jealousy.
And that can break families.
That can break families.
Yeah, it's like, you know, one thing we have learned from Kiran, jealousy is the big cause of problem of all type of a problem.
Linked in with money, so people get jealous that they're doing that and they want that money, and people can do each other over. Like, I know, for example, it's hard to we're very, very lucky that we haven't had those moments within our immediate family, but there are moments where you feel completely betrayed. Like, I can imagine, like, if my own sister, who I love so much now, my own brother, who I really love, respect, trust, if they were to do something so unfathomable and really just go behind your back, steal money, or do something like really, like, you know, something where it's quite tragic and people become greedy and that sort of thing, then I can really sympathise with people out there who don't talk to some family members because of these things. But realistically, everyone makes mistakes. Like,
so let's put this on the thing. If I start, say if you had some money and I just went and stole a lot of your money, would you speak to me again?
I'd want to, because it's you, because you're my sister, and what other relationship we built, I'd want to understand why you did that.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like
it doesn't sound. But then if you had a reasonable explanation, and then I'd be like, well, how can I help you in that? Like, if it was if you just wanted to steal money from me, then obviously I think would lose the basis
what would
of
you
our
do?
relationship.
Okay, what would you do, Mum, if I stole money from
Benji?
Yeah,
what
from my
I
sister.
would, I really would like to set you down and give you good, find out a real reason why did you do that.
Do you think sometimes maybe parents should try and get involved?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think parenting is
because you don't want them to lose that relationship.
I think it's like in all our Indian culture or society, until parents live, they are the one who are holding the family together. Once they just passed away, the children just go their own ways because of they have some issues they never been solved. And the bonding is, you have an issue, you're gonna have an issue. That's not gonna end it there. There is no one perfect. So issue needs to be resolved and then move on and have some kind of a solutions. Most of the problems starting with the money in the families.
What do you think people should do with the money? Like, I feel that you, as a person who doesn't try and rely on other people for money, just think, if the money hasn't come to you, it's not yours.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's about being greedy, isn't it?
I feel like a lot of people
try to take things that aren't theirs.
Yeah, expect money and expect things. If it hasn't come to you, it's not yours to take. Just don't be so greedy.
Yeah.
I think greediness and that is just
that's the
worst.
biggest between all races, all colours, everything. It's this idea of money. And touching on what Mum said, we've always been a really open family. We talk about everything under the sun. And I actually, growing up, have learnt along the way that a lot of families and people don't do that. People just do not talk about what they're really feeling. And maybe sometimes we go too far with it and we talk about everything, and we've got verbal diarrhea, especially me, I can't keep anything in. It must be talked about.
Oh my God, sometimes you're just like, you don't need to talk about that,
But it's because
every day she says we have topics, she just says it once, and then we give her advice, then she says it again the next day, and then she says it again then a few days after.
But guys, that's what family is there for. If you
I don't know what you can call. It's like continuously diarrhea.
But you know what?
Go sometimes.
I like to get my feelings out there, and Mum's always brought us up that way, and it makes me feel good. Imagine if I was to hold all of that in, it would drive me crazy.
Yeah, but you don't need to say the same thing every day.
Yeah, okay, I'm working on it. But what I'm trying to say to you guys is, that's what I love about our family, and that's what I think more people need to understand and learn, that it's all about talking about things, getting it out in the open, listening to the other point of view. Because sometimes you might be thinking something, but the other person's thinking something different, and then you're miscommunicating there because you miss the point.
Yeah,
and some people will not talk for years on an assumption of what the other person's done. They were like, oh, that person did that to me, and the other person thinks that person did that to me.
Also, I have seen so many families where two brothers or two sisters, two members of the family, they third person said something else to one another, basically done a gossiping. And two brothers or two members of the family, they never have the courage to sit in front of each other and discuss the matter. Did you said that to me? Did you say this to that person? That is the biggest problem in the family.
What, not communicating?
Not communicating directly, and the third person take the advantage, who want to break your family. Yeah. So this is
we've got our brother here with us now, David. Hello, David.
Hello,
We're just talking.
A DJ. He's a DJ. Book him. He's a very, very good DJ.
He's also part of the family.
We're talking about family bonding.
Hello, say hello. He's a very shy. He's never shy.
So yeah, Mom, what do you love about our family?
They are my kids, so I feel like a lot of times I want to give them my education and make sure they understand the value of who they really are, how to, helping them to accepting each other, their behaviors, their habits, and they...
We said, what do you love about our family? What do you love about our family?
Basically, Mom likes to give us lectures.
Yeah, Mom.
So what I love about the family is the fact that everyone is very supportive. We don't give up on each other, even though we probably always
could have ages ago.
Yeah. We all have our opinions. But I think it's good because we're all growing old, and it's nice that the fact that we're not all the same. We're all going to be different, but I like the fact that we all respect each other and respect each other's opinions.
And we stick together no matter what. I think our family definitely does that. No matter even if it gets really tough and difficult, eventually we'll come round, listen to each other's point of view, and we'll always, I know from the bottom of my heart, no matter what, I want us to, nothing can come in between us, sort of vibes.
Yeah,
I think it's nice to hear that from your children. Obviously, as a parent, you try to work hard to keep up the family. It can be sometimes very haunting, it can be really, it's a hard one because you got 3 children, and some people have more than 3, and every individual child is your child, is part of you, and you want to love exactly the same, but you can't really love exactly the same like you loving individually, and it's like a family is communication is the key for us. I think you need to communicate.
So what do you love about us? Come on, Mommy, cut to the chase.
Cut to the chase. It's I love your individuality. I love your, listen to me sometimes. Which is not very often. And sticking together, not giving up for each other, and in our family we don't take no for an answer, so that is good. That is I love about with you guys.
Yeah.
So we all love our bond, basically.
I think you should always try and keep that bond between everyone and stick together as a family. What do you kind of think to people who don't necessarily have family? Or
to me, my biggest the glue in all of this is really Mom. She's taught us from a young age that no matter what, we have to stick together. When we've had arguments, we've had to sit down, and even if like I said, I was very stubborn, and Mom would sit us down. Even to this day, Mom's always looking at the other point of view and trying to make you
she doesn't side. She doesn't side. She doesn't side with anyone.
Mum's the biggest glue, so I know without Mum growing up, it would be difficult to stick together as a family because, it's so easy just to
do your own thing.
Just do your own thing. So I know from a lot of people, a big part of them not being together is the parenting. It's because they've been allowed to just, maybe one's been favoritized. So when you favorite a child, it always, the kids want to be loved by their parents. No matter how old, they always crave for that love from their parent. And if they don't get it, it affects them for all of their life. Sometimes that can be a factor. Sometimes it can be a factor that they've been just allowed to just get on with their lives, do their own thing. So they've never had to rely on each other. So they don't think they need each other, and then they don't see the importance of it. So there's loads of different factors. But for me, I think that's the biggest thing, is that mom's always kept us together. And realistically, without her, would we have really stuck together? Maybe in the same way. Like, I know now, forever and ever, amen, we're going to want to do that because we have stuck together, we know the importance of it. But if it wasn't for mom, I don't think we would have in the same way.
Yeah, probably not.
So, something I have done good. So, I should be proud of myself.
Yes, you should be proud. I know mom can be really hard on herself, and she loves to give a good lecture.
She gives us lectures basically every other day, and we have to like watch stuff every other day to like make sure that we're getting ourselves better. But at the end of the day, I think
I love it.
Improving.
I think it's always good to improve yourself, and always, mom's gonna love this one, always respect and love your parents.
Yeah.
Even if you don't agree with your parents, I think sometimes you just have to respect their view.
I think that's very true, actually. A lot of people are really hard on their parents, but
it's very hard being a parent.
yeah, because they ultimately, no matter what you think, they want the best for you. They want, and they can see things that you might not see. A lot of the time, they want
usually,
the best.
they know best.
Yeah.
They know best.
That's why you can get into conflict, because you might want to do a certain thing with your life and your parent knows better. But then there's just a balance, isn't there, of like, sometimes parents just let you get on with it and learn from the life lesson, or they have to intervene and do what's best for you. But the reality, like Ginny said, yeah, it's all about respecting your parents and giving them love.
Because at the end of the day, just try and think, like what Mum said earlier in our podcast, you weren't born from your mom, you wouldn't be on the earth without her. So just try and
remember.
Think,
yeah.
Just try and remember where you come from, like literally.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And also love, I think. Like,
I think just try and
affection.
Have just try
hugs,
and love.
Yeah, it's like I
just
think
try
as
and
a parent.
yeah, mom's always, me as well, especially when I was young, I hated hugs, didn't I, Mom?
Yeah.
I didn't like any sort of affection because
Why do you think that was?
I don't know. I still, come on, would you say I'm the most affectionate
No, but
person?
why is that?
I don't know. It's just who I am. I like my own space. I don't like to be like.
It's
I don't like
hugging.
like it's very like intimate. Hugging is very intimate, and I just know I didn't like it anyway. But now I like giving hugs and kisses
In her own time.
in my own time and space. I don't like
And
being.
when she wants, she is all over you. She will oh, give me the kiss. I want a kiss. Hold my hand.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, hold my hand.
That's important.
Yeah, you gotta have little things like holding each other's hands.
And I think that's really, really key to keeping up the bond.
Important, yeah. So
yeah, you have to hug, and you have to. Don't be afraid just to give, because some parents don't even give their children
Yeah,
hugs.
that's true.
That's
Some
it.
parents
The
don't
hug's
give the
supposed to
love.
come from heart. It's
Yeah.
just not like hugging. Oh, like.
That's what Mum always used to say to me, because I used to hug, and then used to put my bum. My bum would be out.
So you're literally like
So
just
I would
touching
be
her face.
I would just be like, my arms would be there, and then
She
my
wouldn't
bum would
looking
be
at
out.
your eyes.
So I would be really I don't know. I used to be really tense.
Yeah.
But now it's, you got to, my mom used to force it, put your butt in, So, you just gotta force it sometimes, and then people will ease into it.
Yeah.
You gotta, I think you have to force a hug, because
So true. I think that's what keeps us alive as well. Like, we all give each other hugs and kisses daily, don't we? And sometimes if we haven't done it for a while,
if you haven't done it for a while, sometimes I'll
go out my way to do it, because when we were younger it was so much easier because you're children, but as you get older you just get so into a routine that you don't do it as much. So now I'm trying to actively give more love and affection.
give hugs, and I think that's really important.
That's important. That's the one key of
It's a love. It's a way to show love. and everyone should show love. I think we should. Oh God, this might sound like just like bond with other people, like, you know, friends and family. Like, we always hug our friends and stuff. It's just nice, isn't it? You need to like show that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So take from this one, hugging, kissing, and
Just showing affection
affection.
with your own family, because you can just get into a routine, can't you? Some people just like, even like married couples, after so many years, stop showing that love and affection.
So that should never be go.
Yeah, you should never lose that.
They always say that's that can be a reason why people like fizzle out or go to divorce or stuff, because human nature is you want to feel love.
I think you should try and show an affection to your family every day, if not every day, every other day, because, you know, once you have it, I know sometimes if you're like me, you feel a bit weird at first, but once you have it, you will like it.
Yeah. And a new thing that
it's just nice.
I want to work on is like giving each other compliments. So like yesterday I gave Kieran some compliments and she was like, what are you doing? But now I want to incorporate that as well, because like these people here are my family and I love them, but they don't know, like, no one can read your mind. You have to expressly say these things, and it makes people feel better. It makes you become closer, and it will always keep that bond. So like in the down days when you're thinking, oh my God, mom just like thinks I'm the worst child in the world, like da 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 da, like she'll never be happy, then you can understand, like you can look back to the times where she's like giving you praise or like giving you some sort of kind words, and you can think, oh, actually, like you were just having a moment, like fundamentally they do love me.
It's just a disagreement, you know. You can't always be happy all the time and always agree on everything, but fundamentally the love, as long as the love is there,
you can always look back to that and think, oh, we do have love, like they said yesterday I was pretty, or
I think from hearing them girls, never let die love. Love doesn't have to be only to boy and girl. Love has so many different
relationships.
So
like you can love your friend, you can love your granddad, sister, your grandma, you know,
so auntie, uncle.
Yeah, it can be different type of love, but love has so many different relations, and never let your love die.
And it's powerful. Love is powerful.
Love is very powerful. I think there needs to be more love in the world, but obviously that's going to take a bit of time. But I think slowly but surely we'll get there, if you know what I mean, as long as we all love each other.
Love in the air. Love in the air.
Yeah.
So while we're talking about this love, let's all talk about what we love about each other. So
we already said that, did we?
No, we said what we love about our family.
Okay. So what do you want us to say?
What is the question?
So what do we love about each other? So
let me start about Kiran, because she's the youngest one.
Our baby.
She's a baby, and also she's. I love about herself because she's creative. She's a different. She's not like a typical person. She's. I think she doesn't know her own growth and own what she has. So I do really love her, and she's obviously she's my baby, so I love her. And I love Miti. She's Amy, sorry, that's her pet name. Amy is like, she's very bubbly. I like her about being bubbly, because it's a bubbliness. It's just give me nice, it's like brighten up your day when she's bubbly. And I don't want her ever die. Don't let that something you have is naturally. Don't let I'm becoming emotional now. Let die your bubbliness and who you are truly. You are a nice person in heart. So sparkle in her eyes make me really happy. Seeing her nice smile is making me really good. And she's very hard. My old children are very hard worker, and I love my son. Yeah, my son is like we have like a hate and love relationship.
Love
because,
hate.
Yeah, because he's very strong-minded and I'm very strong-minded, and he's got very ego and I've got even bigger ego than him, and we sometimes clash, and that's again how we can come back to the family bonding. How he come to me and we just discuss what we didn't like it, what we want from each other. And yeah, I love him. He's very hard worker as well, and my kids are good looking as well. They are very good looking kids, hard worker, and they all have the individuality.
I think that's another good thing about families, is making sure that you show your appreciation of each other.
Yes. Yeah, that's really important.
Because I think.
So let's keep showing this appreciation, Kieran. What do you love about Mom?
Oh God, there's so many things.
How are you going to top Mom? That's the question.
Okay, so
And do it without crying, because she cries all the time.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can't help it. It's just I'm just
emotional.
I'm very
She's an
emotional.
emotional
The way I
baby.
show emotion is through crying. I can't help it. So basically, okay, you go first.
I'm not going to look Mom in the eye because she'll make me cry.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, like, I think it's very clear. Mom is our role model, and maybe is this so
I don't know.
See, we love each other too much.
Okay, I think you can see our voices and we all are crying literally, which is like, shows how important everyone to us. So, please create the emotions with your own family. Sometimes it's better to let go of your ego and let go of your greediness or your jealousy, and just pure love. Just pure love is just it doesn't cost you anything, and it can bring good out from you and around you. Just be a light, like I always try to bring this example. You are candle, and you just sometimes you have to burn.
It sounds like you're saying Kendall, like
Kendall.
Kendall Jenner.
I'm ready now for my close.
Go on and say it.
Let me finish this.
We already know Kendall light
yeah.
in the darkness.
If the new one,
So I want to say I love my mom. What I love about my mom is that she's a very, very, very strong woman. And she's taught us so many things in life. She's taught us about our Indian culture. She's taught us about having an open mind. She's taught us about sticking together as a family. She's taught us about, chasing your dreams and never letting your desire go. She is literally superwoman on earth. She knows how to. She knows about everything. It seems like, but it's only because I don't know where she gets it all, to be honest. She does a lot of learning. She does a lot of self-development. She does a lot of reading. I don't know what it is, but she's naturally amazing person, and I think a lot of us, me, Kieran and Bodji, she's our rock basically. None of us can survive without her. That's why I talk about this verbal diarrhea, because if I've ever got a problem, there's only one person that I know that I can rely on, and that's Mom.
I know. Sorry, I'm gonna cry. But Mom didn't. Mom never achieved her dreams because she didn't want to. She was never allowed to, but she did the best job at being a mom.
This is meant to be a fun video.
That's so true. She's just the hardest job in the world is to be a mom. It's so hard, and she's just, you're always working. When you're a mother, you're always working. So yeah, that's all I want to say, is that she's just the hardest working mom I know.
She smashes it out the park.
Yeah, she's just the best mom, and obviously we're very biased, but she is to me.
That's amazing.
That's what we're deserving now, yeah.
Okay, last one is baby Kieran.
Okay.
What I love about you.
Oh, okay.
So what I love about Kieran is that she absolutely is my best friend. As we've grown up, we've got closer and closer, and I was saying this to her the other day, like, I don't, the moment of time that we're in now, we've never been closer than this, have we? We've grown to really love and respect each other. And like Mom said, I love her creativity. I love how she challenges me. I love how she pushes me to think about things that I wouldn't normally think about. And she tries to create the best people. She's like genuinely caring. She's a really sweet, innocent little caring girl, and she always wants the best for the world. And that's what I love about my Kieran.
Me too.
And what I love about my sister is the fact that she is just very helpful and very understanding, and we always try to stick together, and we always want the best for each other. And even though she's always telling me for advice, like whenever I come to her, she's always telling me for advice, but it's always good because she's my big sister. She's always looking out for me, and I love her.
We love each other. So I think the key message in all of this is there needs to be love. Because once you've got love, you can conquer anything. You can find a solution around everything.
It's a very strong emotion. Yeah, and I think that anything that, as long as you've got love, you can conquer anything.
Yeah, that's it.
If you have hate and jealousy, remember when we were talking about earlier?
It's toxic, isn't it?
It will never do any good for you as a person. It's not good for your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as you've got love, you can get through the tough times.
Yeah, because obviously you've always got tough times, but as long as you've got your love and the exactly, if I didn't have all my family here, where would I be? I would be nowhere. So it's just they're always here to help and support and love me, and yeah,
Love it.
Love it. Make sure love yourself and others.
Yeah.
Yes. Love.
and love the families.
Love the
Try.
family. Love the family. Go out and as say, go out, love the family.
Quote unquote.
Great. Okay, so I think we've done enough loving in one podcast.
I know
We should let them go. Okay, this is amazing how we ended up. And we love you.
we love you.
Spreading the love from 3 round ladies.
Bye.
Bye.